Okay, so welcome to Monday night on our circuit session. We're going to continue the theme of the past couple of weeks where we're sort of working into a little bit more sort of mobility aspects of our training, focusing around the hips and trying to get some stability in the shoulders. We'll still be doing some strength work, but a lot of these exercises, particularly at the beginning, it's more of a flow. And you can choose how sort of severe you want to make the training. So you can, as we did last week with the anyhow get up, you can sort of come down into the seated position doing a pistol, or you could just do a normal squat, or you could do a lunge, whatever you feel is right for you today, and however hard you want to train. So if you just approach the workout like that, then I'm sure it will work very nicely for you. Okay, so just a little bit of health and safety I just want to check that nobody has any injuries that are bothering them. If you do have anything that pops up during the session, then I want you to sit out an exercise that would be causing you trouble, or if you know how, work around the problem that you have. Okay, so if we'll just start the warm up now. So as usual, let's go for a wide stance squat. Just really try and get these hips moving, especially if you've been sitting all day, and just come down slowly into a nice upright squat. Really working the hips, just balancing your feet properly. Make sure your feet are nicely planted on the floor, that they're evenly distributing your weight through the whole of the foot, and you're controlling it from your heel. And go as low as you can, and just work as low as you can get. And as you warm up, you need to work a little bit lower. And you can pause a little bit at the bottom. And you can just hold and see where you are. And we're going to do some overhead stuff today, so just want you to practice, see where you are with going into a squat with your hands overhead. What I want you to try and pay attention to is our tendency to lift forward as you go down into the squat. But I want you to find where that point is, because we're going to do some shoulder pressing in this position. And I don't want you pressing like this. I want you pressing nice and straight. But I want you to find out where you need to stop. That point is there for me before you do the press. Okay, so just do a few more squats, a little bit lower. Just really opening up these joints. Trying to breathe. Nice and deep. And see where you are. And see which way you're going. Okay, so we can come down to the mat now. I'm just going to do a little half split. So nice kneeling position, come upright, and just work that heel away from you. You start to open up that hip. Keep a lot of weight in this knee. You can control the intensity of this stretch in this direction. As you go down, you feel it all the way through this leg. But not too hard, just opening up today. Just hold it there, nice and comfortable. Just getting our bodies ready for when we try and do a nice squat in a minute. Okay, just come down to the mat and move over to the other side. And as you work yourself away from that working leg, up to a nice straight stance, and just work that heel away. You can control the stretch from here. Keep that weight into this leg if you want to make it easier. If you want a more intense stretch, and weight your leg in this direction, your working leg, nice and gently, just opening up. Okay, come down to the mat, into a kneeling position, grab your towels if you can. If you haven't got a towel, it doesn't matter, you can copy this movement anyway. Just going to mobilize our shoulders. We're going to come up. And the important bit here is, as you come up and over, really let your shoulders glide up and make space in the joints for when it comes over and moves through the sticking points that you may have. If you don't feel anything, then come in a little bit closer. And you can do this without the towel, just free hands, come around, find the sticking point, make space in your joint so it's not impinging, it's not pinching against itself, and round, and then back over. Through the sticking point and down. And you're really trying to elevate your shoulder blades when you get to this point, when it's sticking. Keep reaching up tall, 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 and then round. And you should feel stretch across the top of your chest, but bear in mind around that area. If you have a bit of a restriction there, you may not, but a lot of people do. And just go a few more reps. And to really warm up this area, to undo all the damage that's sitting and being hunched over a desk. That's for us to move through at your own pace. And really feel this one out. And you should by now feel that it's starting to ease and get a bit less restricted through the sticking point. And you might just want to really work on one area that's the most difficult part. Just work through whatever feels good to you. It's your stretch. And then release. Okay, so that's shoulders just briefly warmed up. Just going to do another stretch for readiness for the squat. So we're going to go into the frog. So nice wide stance, so as wide as you can. Curl yourselves up, your big toe, okay, supported on the floor here. I've got it curled up, so I stretch the underside of my foot as well. Elbows to the ground, and just gently move back so you feel stretch the inner thigh and your hips, possibly your glutes as well, depending on how tight you are. And just move down into the stretch, then come forward, release the pressure, go back down, and just gently glide in and out of this position. Nothing too painful, you're just trying to get it mobilized so when we start squatting in a minute. Just want to be able to do a nice clean squat and practice our form and notice how our body likes to move and how we can improve it. Go a little bit deeper, hold it there. Should feel pretty comfortable, but you know that you're stretching. Then come forward and stand up. Okay, so we're going to start the circuit aspect of today's class. So you grab your free weights. Where we were doing last week, we were doing a squat hold that was deep all the way down as far as you could go. This time we're going to do a squat and a press. But what I want you to do is take a fairly wide stance and come down, down, down. And when you feel that you start to tip forward, I want you to press up so that you've got a fairly, horizontal back, like so. Because a lot of the time we go like this, and we can try and keep as upright as you possibly can. So I go down and then press, and then come back up. That was one. Down, and press, and back up. Two. Down, and that's three. Okay, so you get the idea. 4, 5. You can get lower, go for it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this is where you get to choose what you want to do. So we do the anyhow get up. So what we're going to do is choose your technique of getting down to the ground. You can do a pistol and then rock back up. Or if you want to do a lunge, then come down and come back up. You can. It's whatever is going to work for you. You could just do the 2-footed squat and then come back up. So working equally on each side. If you do a one-legged movement, just going to go through 10 reps now. So where we go. 1. And the other side. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, so that's those out of the way. You grab your weights. Previously, we've been doing a crunch exercise, and now we're going to do a tabletop, but with our arms elevated above our head, with some weights if you want to make it harder. So it's effectively the single leg deadlift exercise that we do, but we've got added resistance because of the leverage going through the body. So you want to make a nice T shape, nice and solid, and down to the T as far as you can go, and back up, then swap over. So do 10 reps, 5 each side, and back up. There's 2, and away you go. So you could hold the weight lower if you want to make it easier, or no weight at all. It's completely up to you. There's 2 on that side. That's 4 reps in total. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And 10. Great. Okay, back onto our squat presses. Take a little breather if you want to. And we'll just go. You can take as wide a stance as you want if it makes it easier. However, you get a nice deep squat. So you might want to go a bit wider. Get your wrap position here. Squat down and then press. And you can come back up and drop down any way you like. Press. That was 2. 3. 4. 5. So you should be feeling this does tax your shoulder mobility as well as your hips. 2 more. Nice and slow. Press. 1 more. And there we go. Okay, so you got your anyhow get up. Remember, completely up to you how you do this. You can come down to a cross-legged position and come up. Go into a lunge. As you like. That's 2. You can use a squat leg, a cross-legged position, but leave yourself up using the blades of your feet to really strengthen up your ankles, if they can take it, that is. Don't do anything that hurts yourself. Go to a lunge, a nice roll down, and then roll back up. That was 4. Nice roll down, and then roll back up. We'll go back to pistols. Got 6 more reps, however you want to. And if you're really good, you could roll into a pistol. I'm not going to do that. It's some of you may want to. Okay, I think a few more on each side, and we can swap to the next exercise. Slowly down, ready control, and bottom, one more each side. Try and keep your posture. Last one. It's a nice one. And then back it up. Okay, so grab your weights again and do our weighted scales. You can just do one-handed if you want. That's better. You might be feeling it in your upper back. Quite a good sign that you're, taxing your postural muscles. They don't want to hurt too much. Just want to feel that they're working. And down nice and slow, and then back up. You should be able to feel the leverage that this creates. Really working your hamstrings. Quite a lot of different muscles. That was 3 on that side. Got 4 more reps. So one on each side. Last one. Okay. Weights down for a sec. Wipe down any sweat. Have a little drink. And get ready for our next round. So, if you're ready, take a drink. So nice and wide. Knees sort of stacked over your feet the whole way through if you can. Push them out to the side a little bit. Get ready to press. So come down, press, and then back up. Down, press. 2, 3. Can you get a bit lower? Now you've warmed up properly. That's 4 more. 3 more. Get your chest open. 2 more. Last one. And back up. Brilliant. Okay. So back onto our get-ups. However you want to go. And doing these. Nice and slowly down. You can roll if you want to. Completely up to you. However you want to. Six each side. So 6 in total. 4 more to go. Slowly down. And then slowly back up. Last 2. So hopefully you can feel that if you're putting your body in all sorts of directions, so it should be building a bit of mobility and flexibility, which is useful for everything that we do. Okay, so weighted scales. I said before, if you're feeling it in the middle of the back and you feel like you're hunching, probably drop the weight or go to one hand. Completely up to you. You can swap over to go through. But you start nice, straight, tall, lever through, and up. Swap over. And back up. So that's 2 reps. or you can use double-handed. Oh, lost balance there. We've got 4 more. 1, 2. Drop that weight. 3. And 4. Brilliant. Okay, well done, everyone. That's great. Okay, so on to our next round. What we can do is, you might recognise this one from previous weeks. Those who feels are really liking this exercise for my posture and everything at the moment. I think it's quite a useful one. So as you recognise it, there's another shoulder pressing exercise. We're just going to go to the top, down to shoulders, and then back round, all with thumbs up. So if you're ready, we do 10 reps of that. Go up, down, and to the side. Make sure you've got space. Okay, that's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so pop straight back up. There you go. And try a version of press up. And it's called a lizard press up. I thought this one's very interesting to get moving in a slightly different way. You can either do it full or you can do it kneeling. And all you do is go from a full press up and with 1 foot, bring it forward like a lizard and back up. And on the other side, and back up. So as many as you can on those, looking each side. You can do it kneeling. And you can look to the side that you move your knee. Just creates a bit more stretch in your pec. There's 4 more. Just trying to get the whole body moving in different ways. It doesn't matter if you can't do many reps. It's just about trying to move slightly differently. Okay, there we go. That's about 10 reps for me. And then there's a variation to open our chest up rather than doing the planks that we've been doing before. I just want you to try a gentle bit of bridging. You don't have to come up high. You can just rock up onto your head, or if you want to push through, you can. It's completely up to you. But I just want you to really open up those shoulders and also your chest for this. So get your hands framed either side of your head, whatever width feels most comfortable to you, and just rock up. You can use your head for assistance. And you should feel any tension should be in your hip flexors rather than your lower back. That's going to be the limiting factor of how much you can get into this range of motion. You don't want to lock your spine. So keep that fairly neutral. So just keep going for about 5 more. As I say, you don't have to do the press. You can just roll up onto any part of your head. As long as you're supporting most of your arms, it's fine. It's really making an unusual stretch for your shoulders and also the hips as well. Okay, so come back up. We're going to start that again on another round. So what we can do, if you want to progress the first exercise, something new, we can go into a 1-arm plank and we can press, we can come down We can go round. We can do 5 on each side, or we can do the floor version. Completely up to you. There's 2, 3. Trying to keep yourself nice and square. 4, 5. I quite like this because it's sort of combining the static strength element with also using your body to actually perform a motion. Sometimes you just need to create stability, but still move. 3 more. 3. There we go. Ooh, okay. Think back up. And on to a lizard press up. So, whatever version you want to do, start off doing normal press ups with the lizard aspect, and then move down if you want to. 2, 3, 4, 5, and go to kneeling. I think as you're pushing your leg forward, you're moving a lot of your weight forward. 3 more, making it harder. Last one, and then back up. Okay, so onto the bridge. Again, just really stay within yourself on this one. Just want you to practice the movement rather than really working it hard. Just want to get yourself here and then gently just rock yourself up and then come back down. And again. 2. And if you can only do a bridge with your shoulders on the ground, that's fine too. Just searching for stability all the way through. 2 more reps. 1 more. Brilliant. Okay. Take a little breather. Have a drink if you need to. So we carry on. To choose whether you want to do the completely prone version of this one where you're laying on the floor, or you can do the plank version, completely up to you. And do 10 reps or 5 each side for the harder version. So there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then shake it out if you need to. And then next one, next side. 10, oh, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay. So onto the lizard press-ups. Good, the kneeling ones, please. That seems to be right for me today. And where we go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, brilliant. If you're still going. And then onto bridges. So make sure you're not going to slip any sweat on your mat. Make sure you shove your shoulders, stay comfortable throughout. If you feel you're pinching or anything like that, then just ease off. So 1, 2, and 5 here. 3, 2 more. 4, 5. Great. Okay, so that is that segment done. So now we're going to, as we have been the past few weeks, and do a little bit for also glute work. So if you have a wall available or anything, you can just help your balance slightly. We're going to do like a hip hinge. So imagine I've got the wall there. You're going to be on the standing foot, hip hike. So if you really want to be lazy, put that hip drop, and then rise it really up high using your glute med. If you want to add a little bit of added something to the exercise, come up into a little bit of a hill raise. Okay, so drop your hip on the wall side, really lazy, drop it down and hike it up to the top, as well as doing the calf raise. So 2, in your own time, 3, quite small movement, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, over 15, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And on the other side, top over, really lazy, all the way down, do a little stretch in your glutes, medius around here, and pop it back up, all the way to the top, and then raise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and there you go. Okay, so hopefully you can feel that start to work at the side. Some of you might be stronger, might do more, like 20 or so, or add a bit of weight. So it's up to you. So you've got a hand weight. So if you felt that or you didn't feel it, then you can add a little bit of weight. Maybe do it freestanding. Completely up to you. Okay, so next section is a bum shuffle. So it's another core exercise. And what we're going to do is stand at one end of your mat and with your arms and legs straight out in front of you, use your core to shuffle your bum all the way to the end with straight legs. Just shuffle there. We're just going to spend a bit of time. Can't really count the reps on this one, but it's going to go back and forth and sit still. How you're using your core and everything to get yourself moving. So, see, shuffling, a bit of a weird one, but really trying to take good steps with your bum. So, it should fit in the sides. You might feel a bit of inflexibility in your hamstrings as well. That's okay, we're just working it. Work forwards, work backwards, get the full length of your mat and see what we can do and what you find. It's still using your body in different ways. You might find a weakness, you might not, you might find a strength. You never know. So keep going. I think we're going to do one more falling back. So I'm going back. I'm going to go forward one more time and then back, and that will be that. This set done. You might be feeling it now. Your arms straight. Everything movement, in motion. Each half of your body is working forwards, backwards, depending on which way you go. Looks like everyone's doing some good bum shuffling there. Excellent. So how you can feel that working something that is a little bit different. Okay, and in the same guys, I think we're going to do a straight arm bear. So we're going to go into almost a downward dog. And I've got limited space here. So you can go, if you have more space, you can, actually travel some distance using this exercise. I'm just going to put that down on a slip. Be very careful. So really high, straight arm in frame, and use your core. Just move, make enough space for you to take very small steps with your hands and your legs as you do this bear walk. With straight arms and straight legs. And when you get to the end of your mat or your space, then you just got to go and inch your way back. And the important thing here is they're not necessarily big steps. It's your end of your range of motion here with your flexibility, your A-frame that you're creating. You're just creating space using your core muscles. Take these little steps. Keep going. I hope you can feel that working. Go backwards. So I've done backwards and forwards twice. I've got one more to make it 3. That was the same as shuffles that we did earlier. So going forward now. Just really take the time with the steps. The opposite arm, opposite leg, or however you can manage. And then you can rest. Okay, so hopefully you can feel that working something different. So we go back to our hip flex, sorry. And if you want to do it freestanding, you can. If you have that balance, I don't, so that's completely up to you. And where we go, so hike and a heel raise. Down. And the more lazy you are when you relax, the longer your range of motion and the better the effect. As long as you can get your hip all the way up to the top, above, so parallel, when you've got it in sort of level, you can go above that obviously. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Swap over. Nice and lazy down the side. Really stretch out like glute knees and pop it all the way to the top. 1, and the raise as well. 2, 3, all nice and synchronized. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so bum shuffles again. Ready for this? So maybe 3 times up and down this mat, whatever you want to do in your area. So 1, 2. So really, hopefully you've got some coordination here. Just using the lower core, abdominals, everything. Nice straight legs. Walk all the way to the end. And all the way back. That's 1. Getting a good coordination now, let's do a bit quicker. I'm coming to the end of my second rep. Last time now. and big steps. And relax. And straight onto the bear crawl. You ready? Just remember this one, it's a bit of a funny exercise. You are right at the top of your A-frame that you can make when you're doing downward dog. And you look forward a little bit and just make that space using your core. So to inch yourself forward, opposite arm, opposite leg as you go through. It's very rigid there. And when you get to the end of your area, you're there. Get to the end and back. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And one more time. And back. Well, they feel going backwards and it is forward for some reason. There we go. So that's the end of that one. So you've got one more round. You can just make any variation you want. If you want to add weight, just you sort of have it on the free hand side, and then drop your hip, and then come up and go to your heel raise. Drop and heel raise, nice and synchronized. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and last one, 15. Okay, so and up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, on to bum shuffle. Okay, off we go. 3 rounds of your area or whatever you did before. And just really, maybe this time I'll go a little bit slower. I'll take bigger steps. Try to activate my core slightly differently. It's up to you. You just practice and play around with whatever feels interesting to you. Okay, forward again. Take even bigger steps if you can. Can you get that movement going with a really straight leg? And back again. Last time round for me on this. It's almost like you're shuffling in an L-sit position. You've got to use your core. Keep that leg straight. On the way back in our last leg. And we go on to our rigid bear. I hope you can feel some sort of core activation in doing that. It's something different to what we normally do. Might not, but you know, let me know, and you know, we can experiment with things like this some more. So, rigid bear. Hopefully, you've got this by now. You're really just trying to make the space of your core without really moving your limbs so much. So that was one round. Go for the second one. Last time round. And on the way back. And relax. So, hopefully you enjoyed that one today. It's a little bit different. Mary, it's over to you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, so I just thought I'd do something different today in our stretching because the weather is really cold outside. So I know some of you are going out running, some of you are out on your bikes, but it's really important to do stretching after exercise. So it may not be absolutely good to do it after an indoor one, but it's a little bit of mobility and it's a little bit of stretching so that you can take it away. And I promise you it won't be more than 10 minutes. And just getting into the habit of doing things is really, really important. So if you do have a chair, or if you have something that you can actually put your foot on, one of the things, if you come in from exercise and you're going upstairs to have the shower, why don't you stop for 5 minutes before you go upstairs? Yeah, so that would be just something that you can do on the stairs. So you can do it on a chair, or you can do it on the stairs, but just something so that your foot is elevated. So this is an exercise routine that you can do when you come in, when it's been cold outside and you haven't had a chance to stretch outside. So you come in and you may be fortunate enough to have stairs in your house, or you may just have a chair. And most of us have got something that we can elevate our foot on. So the first one is just literally raising your knee up. And when you raise your knee up, I want you to make sure that your hips are square, so that we're nice and square. And we're just going to rock forwards and backwards on our knee. But I'm keeping my torso tall and I'm just going backwards and forwards. And as I go forwards, I can feel a stretch in the back of my leg, and I'm keeping my torso tall and my shoulders are landing on top of my hips. You can do this extra. You can add in your arms, so you get a nice arm stretch. So my hands are bound and I'm going out. I'm really stretching forward, adjusting your stretch so that you can actually feel it. So you can go deeper if you want to. And you should hold that. Maybe for, if you're developing a stretch, it's 30 seconds. If not, and if you don't have time, 10 seconds will be good. But use your breath so you come back and then you breathe out as you stretch and you go, 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 go. And I'm feeling it on my quad here. I'm feeling it through my knee. And I'm also opening my inner thigh. And I can push my knee back, push my knee away and go backwards. And that can isolate onto my leg. I'm also doing a slight Achilles stretch. So I can have my heel down, stretch forward, or I can have my heel up. You decide where you want to go. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go square onto the step. I'm just going to go sideways. So I want to stretch from my foot all the way up, and I want to go over. Some of you will have more flexibility, so just go over. And if you're feeling very, very tight here, then maybe just pull or do a tricep stretch at the same time. If you bind your hands into that tricep stretch, that really pulls through your obliques and into your lower back. So you're just going over. The other way you could do it is just rest and reach over. So this is similar to a yoga. This foot is straight and that foot is at 45 degrees. So I'm just reaching over. So I'm just stretching through my body. Everything has been straight, so I'm just going diagonally. And if I've gone that way, then I can go backwards. So I can just go back. Really stretching to the other side. And then come round. And then we're going to go down. And when I go down, I'm going down straight. I'll just show you that as I go down. So I'll be here, my back is straight, and I'm going down. I'm really feeling it into my hamstrings now. And again, you can adjust your arms. You can play around, you can go around. I can go down towards my leg. So I'm there, but I'm going down towards my leg. Another little bit of a twist. And then I'm coming up. Then we're going to change legs. We do exactly the same stretches on the other leg. So the leg comes up first. And if you're going to climb the stairs, you just need to lift your leg to climb the stairs. So that's really easy. Don't go upstairs without having done your stretch. So I'm going to go backwards and forwards. And I'm going to raise up. I may want to decide to dive. So I can go all the way down, bringing my arms wide. And on this one, I'm lifting my heel. There's a lot of research now saying that your knee can go in front of your toes. You may want to put the weight on your hands so your knee stretches over your toes, and then raising the heel. So you're really stretching through that knee. It's a functional position, but you only do that if your knee will allow you to. It's where you want to be. You've gone straight, so you know where you're going now. You're going to go square. I've just changed my chair, so I'm still facing forwards. So same as the other leg. You're going square, you can come down, you can come up. Again, you can go down, hands either side of that foot, and coming right the way down. Find out where you need to stretch. So that should have got your hamstring, that should have got your inner thigh. You may want to just wriggle. And then let's just do a little bit of back mobility. So our hands are down and we're just going to curl our back and we're going to look up. The same as our normal 4-point, but we're just doing it with the chair. Slightly different angle. It'll hit your muscles slightly differently. And then we're going to do thread the needle. So that means that an arm comes underneath. So you lift the arm and you just go under that arm. So you're stretching through your lower back right the way across. And if you're on the step, that arm will then go down in the chair and you open up. And you've got a body twist. So just opening up. Yeah, the top hand, you should change over now. You curl under. Then the bottom hand comes to the top hand, and then you open up the other side. And then just follow that hand around, and you could be sitting on your step, or you just want to go backwards. So you're going into your back plank. Just going back any way you like, and your chin just goes backwards. Bring your arms up if you want, and just go backwards. You can hug onto the back of the chair and just help yourself go back. Using your breath to help your body rest. Inhaling and exhaling. And we slowly return our chin to our chest. And as we come forward, we're going to curl our back this time. We're just going to allow ourselves to curl down. So you're just going to curl down. Try and get the stretch in your lower back, where that gap is between your top and your bottoms. Curling through. And just allow yourself to rest there. Allow your arms to just let go. And this can allow your body just to absorb all the work that you've done. And if I'm sitting down there, we can always do a little bit more of a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to bring my knee to my chest, my hand binds with my foot, and I can stretch out my foot. You can hold onto your calf if your hand doesn't reach your foot. So you're just pumping the toes to the air, the heels to the air. Toes come back, heel goes up. So you're just giving yourself another hamstring stretch. And then you go into your figure of four stretch. So the foot comes onto the knee. And just play around with that. That could be your hip mobility. So you can actually just wave that leg around. Or you can just have it resting. And you can lean on the knee to open the knee. So you're going to change over legs. You're going to stretch that hamstring. It may be your calf that you hold on to. It may be your foot that you hold on to. Stretching that leg up. Using your breath to help lengthen those muscles. You're also stretching your Achilles by pulling your toes back or just holding your toes back. That leg then goes onto the knee. You can just press onto that knee. So the ankle is on the opposite knee. You can press down or you can just mobilize into that hip. And then I think one of the forgotten stretches to do is our quadriceps. So on the stairs, you can do it backwards. If you have a high chair, it's even better. But it depends where your flexibility is. But you're just putting your foot on the chair, and depending on your knee, you can use that as your support. So for this, your body is in a pencil. Maybe bind your hands. Maybe that's too high. So you want your knee down lower, but you're still pulling up through that quad, up through that hip flexor, and binding backwards. So we don't always have to lie down to stretch, so just try that on the other leg. So the foot will come up, or comes up higher. Stretching the front of your thigh. And we've stretched. So I personally like to do a little bit of mobilization. So I like to do a few hip circles. So just rolling around with the hip circles. And remember, we need that bottom bracket to be mobile. So it's worthwhile just doing a few leg swings. Nothing elaborate. The leg just comes up and back. Yeah, just goes east and west. You may have done these in your warm-up, so we're just doing it. And then the one that I really like to do is diagonal to the hand and then open. Diagonal to the hand and then open. So you're just coming diagonal to the hand, opposite hand, and then open. And then on the other leg, just forwards and backwards. Yeah, nothing exciting, just getting your body back, east and west. You can practice keeping your core nice and braced. And then you're going to go diagonally. So the leg comes across and around and out. In and around. Diagonally and around. So it comes in diagonally, goes back, and it goes round. And then you just twist around. And then maybe just round the body, wind the body up. Maybe if you're flush, a figure of 8. Yes. So you're just doing a figure of 8, going all the way around those shoulders, making your legs move, bending your knees. And then you're going to go backwards and just allow everything to go forwards like a rag doll. Whoa. Just let it be, nice and loose, wiggling your tail. And then you come up through the centre, and you come out, and you let it go. Once more, let's go down, down, just let it go, let it flush through. Let all your troubles go. And as you come up, you raise your spirits. As your hands come up, your spirits come up. And there you go. Great session. Well done. Thank you for coming.